5 Mysterious Unidentified People from History. We lived in 21st century where everything is possible. If someone said to you that there are some people who become world famous but still unknown, then obviously, you won't believe them. No one believes that there are some famous but unidentified people in history. How cool and iconic is to be famous and yet still be unknown. Here is the list of 5 famous yet unidentified people in the history. 1. Mysterious Man in Iron Mask. There was a captive arrested in around 1669 who was damned in various jail under the custody of the same jailer. He was kept in the jail for almost 34 years. Mystery. A man who held in a jail for almost 34 years but no one knew who was he. No one has ever seen his face due to hidden by a mask of black velvet cloth. On November 19, 1703, he died under the mark yearly. There are the number of stories about him but neither of one actual confirmed his identity. Who was he and his face behind the mask? It's a mystery evaded even famed philosopher Voltaire and writer Alexander Dumas. Some historians consider that the masked man was the twin brother of Louis XIV. Through this research, Sonino found that Dogger was velvet for the treasure of Cardinal Mazarin and who was the principal minister of France during Louis XIV's early life. 2. Jack the Ripper, undefined serial killer. Around 1888, 5 prostitutes had been brutally murdered by a serial killer, but who was he? No one knew about him. Mystery. In 1888, police and media received many letters from a person named Jack the Ripper. He wrote in letter that he had killed many prostitutes. Eventually, during these days, 5 prostitutes had been murdered. The killer cut down their throats, abdominal, and took out their internal organs. Some people consider that victim has been good knowledge about surgery. Attacks ascribed by Jack the Ripper generally involved female prostitutes who worked in the slums of East End of London. During the investigation, police did not find any clue about him or who was he, why he targeted only prostitutes, and there are many other questions never answered in this case, still a mystery. 3. D.B. Cooper. On November 24, 1971, a man who called himself Dan Cooper hijacked a plane by warning of having a bomb in his briefcase. Mystery. On November 24, 1971, a guy called himself Dan Cooper reached Northwest Airlines to flight number 305 in Portland bound for Seattle. He was wearing a dark black suit and tie. After some time, when plane takes off, he warned the waiter that he has a bomb and hijacked the plane and warned them to accept his demand of $200K in cash, 4 parachutes and food for the crew after releasing all the passengers. After that, there was only 3 pilots and 1 attendant with him in board. After 45 minutes of takeoff, Cooper sent the attendant to the cockpit while donning the parachutes and ties the bag full himself with money, and he jumped into the night somewhere north of Portland. During the investigation of Cooper, police found $5,800 money at the north of Portland on the Columbia River. These notes match with the serial number of money which was given to Cooper. After an investigation of 3 years, police did not find single information about Dan Cooper. 4. The Man from Toward. In 1954, a guy landed in Japan on Tokyo International Airport. In the next morning, the man vanished mysteriously without leaving any trace behind him and never found again. Mystery. In 1954, a man landed at the Tokyo International Airport. During checking of passport by the guard, they found that the country name written on his passport does not exist on map. When security asks him to point out his country on the world map, then he put his figure on Andorra country. But he said that his country name is Torsen, which is existence from 1000 years, or he had never heard about Andorra before that, while security also had never heard about Taurus. But during checking of his passport, driving license, they found that all stamps on his identity cards are real and approved by other countries also. Then on the basis of doubt, they sent him to the nearby hotel and left 2 officers outside the room to keep eyes on him. But in the next morning, that man disappeared mysteriously and never found again. This incident's all the complexation of the parallel universe theory and forced to think again to them who deny the existence of the parallel universe. 5. Green children of Woolpit. In 12th centuries there was 2 children suddenly appeared in the village of Woolpit in Suffolk, and both them had unusual green skin. Mystery. In 12th century, 2 children, brother and sister, suddenly appeared in the village of Woolpit in Suffolk. Both of them had unusual green skin and spoke unknown language or ate only beets only. Villager accept both of them, and after some time they learned the English language and started to eat other foods also, and green color of their skin gone with the time. But after some time the boy got sick and died. When people asked that girl about where they come from, then the girl claimed they came from place called St. Martin Land. People get shocked because that is located underground world where everything is green and sun never shone. Nobody found that place.